Author's note, this next piece is not really intended to be read in the classical sense. It is meant to be a more visual image, but it is comprised of words, some of which are very difficult to read in the format I have put them in. But for anyone who is curious about what all it says, I can go through and read all of the lines from this piece. Bear with me as I go. I might get off track a couple of times. But this piece is called Black Hole. To be alive is confusing and scary, even at the best of times. I make sure my heart knows my hands can be competent. A being who creates home out of nothing, because what other choice is there? I'm scared my friends will find out I'd hold them close if they needed me to. I just want to feel literally anything at all. If you can do this for me, I'll give you my sword, my shield, my everything. It's nice to know that a part of me can be tender. Why? Nothing changes. It's always the timing. How many lives must I burn? I am, in fact, God's most perfect clown. Was any of it ever real? You should never have gotten me when you did. I'll make my own way. I knew this was coming. I imagine all the people who believed their stories deserved telling. I want to exist in tandem with every being. You were different. Nothing stays the same. I am not enough. We know only the aching absolution of my nervous system oxidizing my bones. Let me sometimes make mistakes. I'm not sure there will be a next person who beds me. I underestimated it. Some days spite just isn't enough. We're going to be amazing. I need to love me. It's probably because I know you won't understand. This is what I look like in real life. I just have to be wrong about this. You are irreplaceable. I would give anything to be any other way. I'm looking for religion in every body other than the one I inhabit. Maybe if I stopped trying and just was. We are wearing something else like skin. I cannot end. Why are my thoughts waiting for me in a dark cellar with a loaded gun? Blessed be Larkspur. I'm here, and everything is okay. I am a shield. I often hope that I'm not making a huge mistake. It's why I try so hard to be good. I do so dearly hate goodbyes. We are real. I've shattered the glass moon. What I've created could only ever have been made by me. If I try to speak, fire will come out. There is always tomorrow. I am real. It's probably because I know you won't listen. We were intentional. We could be safe together. I was so sad to see you go. Don't you know I need to be perfect? Stay curious. She said my flannel smelled like me and it was nice. I am sorry, I am sorry, I am sorry. I am too much. Am I real? Don't call me talented, this took years of practice. It's my first time being alive. I know I'll be alone forever. Some days gratitude just isn't enough. The cirrus clouds are following me. Just to know that I can. My head is in the gutter. How very human of us. I want you to feel safe with me before it's too late. I promise I'll leave you alone again after this. I dump it all over the wild garden. If you were hurting, I would carry you. Please tell me about your dreams. I want to be kind recklessly. Is help available? I wonder if I'll ever get to see the stars. I am familiar with the excruciation. There is no return on investment. I overestimated it. It's probably because I know you don't really care. I hope there will be a next person who beds me. I need to be small enough that I would need to be protected. I make sure my hands know my heart can be overzealous. I must only ever burden myself. I make do. It's nothing that serious. I bear my esophagus in a wordless plea. They just don't make carbon-based life forms the way they used to. Once I've repaid my debt to the cosmos. If something is covered in thorns, you need to hold it very gently. What's smaller than this? Stay safe out there, friend. I am physically incapable of keeping my own secrets. The only times I count are the ones where I fucked myself. I've never experienced a pain quite like it. We could feel it, and it was something. Dear friend, as you know, I mean it, I mean it, I mean it. I am nothing at all. I want to spend the rest of my days loving things. Don't behave like me. I think I am proudest of my hands. I'll do it for a crumb of purpose because that's all I'll ever get in return. Some days strength just isn't enough. I'm not okay with being pitied. I'm scared my friends will find out I need to be held close. No merciful hunter would ever dull their fangs on such a sick, fragile beast. Someday I'll finally want to live enough that I'll be able to be loved. I am physically incapable of loving anything a sane amount. After you, I come first. Are you sure? All this tenderness, encouragement, and validation that I cannot self-manifest. I must find a way to make loneliness orgasmic. I don't know. Lark is something that loves being done without care. I don't deserve it. I'm only joking unless you'd be into it. How many times must I swallow myself to try to satiate this hunger? I hope we end up as good friends. I make sure my head knows my heart can be fragile. A being who forges love where there was once nothing, no matter how unrequited. Are we all right?